Hey, what's up, it's Rashad? Hanging with the Joneses, of course. This is the Calrissian kids. Antonio's not here today. He's a little under the weather. So I'll be flying solo, talking about Mandalorian, season 3, episode 1, also known as chapter 17, The Apostate. All spoilers. Got to talk about the thing to talk about the thing. So first off, my overall thoughts of the episode, solid entry. This was basically the refresher with some added tidbits to say, hey, if you did not watch Book of Boba Fett, like we told y'all to watch, then we're gonna kind of catch you up. Because some people just watch the one thing and that's it. So I understand what they were doing. Very similar to Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania, how they were, holding our hand the whole time, explaining stuff because people didn't watch. This episode is basically around Din Djarin and Grogu, basically Din trying to get back into being a quote unquote Mandalorian. And this whole thing of what it means to be a Mandalorian is still weighing heavy on him, seeing how his creed haven't basically let him back in yet. It's funny because how the episode starts, you see the armorer and she's hammering away, making a new helmet. It almost looks like a flashback scene because you see this little kid. He's in like the like the river or whatever, and this is ceremony because he's gonna have the helmet. Armor comes out there. They start reciting, whatever their credo is. And the interesting point to me was right before he puts the helmet on, and right before basically he ends the credo with like I shall basically never take the helmet off. They're interrupted. There's this huge alligator thing, crocodile. It's like it looks like a dinosaur, but it has like a shell back. It's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it starts attacking the Mandalorians. Oh yeah. They're on this different planet now. I know before we saw them on a little like the space thing that look kind of like Halo, but now they're on a planet. There's a bunch of them there. Paz is there, Paz Vizsla there, and it's a lot of different Mandalorians, like kids there. There's on women. There's everybody's there on this planet. It's about like maybe about I don't know 20, 30 of them. So the watch is starting to gain the numbers back up after they were decimated last season. So then actually ends up showing up and exploding the thing and saves the day because a couple of them boys got ate up in it in the whole nine, so they was not faring well. And so then it shows up, talks to the armorer, and the armorer doesn't even say thank you. Like, I appreciate that. I know, like, we not on the best of terms, but you definitely looked out for the clan. She was like, you took your helmet off, yo. You're not a real Mandalorian. Why are you even here? And basically, he says, "Hey, look, yo, like I know you told me I go to Mandalore, I can, basically dip myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka, and I can be one again. I can be made whole." And she was like, "You already know Mandalore. Ain't no more water there. It was, it was pillaged and blown to pieces by the Empire." And he shows him this like basically this, I don't know. It looks like some gemstone or like rock or whatever, and it's something encased in it. He said, "Isn't this Mandalore?" She was like, "Yeah, but that really don't mean nothing. Where'd you get this from?" So that on Java's had it. Of course, they be selling the trade everything. So it kind of proves that you can still get on the planet and it's habitable, or at least you can breathe it. It's not like this poisonous vapor of a place that's damned forever. So he goes, tells her that. She's like, "Yeah, man, if you can prove it, cool, whatever." And he said, "All right." So now he's off to Navarro. And Navarro is like flourishing. It's beautiful there now. They have industry. It looks like tourism is perking up. The Kowakian monkey lizards are free to roam about. They're not on spigots being eaten by the people. A couple other things too. A lot of droids, a bunch of droids, R5s, a couple of C3PO type units, like a white one, like a silver one. But yeah, a lot of things going on. They have a monument for IG-11, you know what I'm saying, because he made an ultimate sacrifice. And when they get to the monument, you see some birds. To me, it feels like the convoys. You know what I'm saying? I like the birds that Ahsoka are most associated with. Also, like the father, like the daughter and the son, like the daughter back in Clone Wars. I feel like they could have been those. I could be wrong. This could be a reach, but it really feels like those are the same birds because it kind of leads me to what I should have talked about a couple seconds ago. As Mando and Grogu are going through hyperspace, Grogu looks out the window, and in the like outside of the hyperspace lane that they're in, he actually sees Purgils. So with the Purrgil showing up, of course, is foreshadowing for Ahsoka and him trying to find Ezra, her trying to find Ezra and all that storyline. And also the Converor showing up is kind of, to me, is connecting all this together. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like, there was no reason for Dave and the gang to add those things in there for nothing. So Grief Karga comes up fully robed out. He has little small droids holding his robe, and he's just going over how awesome it is and what's going on. He said, "Man, I can set you up with a piece of land. You'll be the man here." You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to basically butter him up because he wants him to be a marshal. And he's like, "Nah, I can't do that. I'm still on job right now. I got a mission to complete." And he's like, "Well, I thought you completed your mission, but he called Grogu a little critter." And he's like, "Well, I gotta do something else. I need a droid." So he basically snatches off the remainder of the IG-11 droid that was outside on the the statue. They started starting him back up. He's going back to his old memory banks from when he was trying to kill Grogu, and basically just has like this little scene where IG-11 is crawling, trying to get to Grogu. They throwing Grogu around like a basketball, so funny little scene. Shut him down because you already know Zen's relationship with oh my god, his relationship with droids, my bad. And he's not really fond of them a whole lot. You see in season 2 starts to soften up towards them, but he really trusts IG-11. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time he took his helmet in front of somebody. He was like, "Man, I'm not a person, yo." So he's able to help him out, heal him up, and he was able to, defeat Moff Gideon at the end of season 1. So he feel like he built this trust up with this one particular droid, and he has to find parts. There's Babu Frick's people on that planet. I forgot the name of the race, like the Alavans. I forgot, but yeah, but they're there and they try to fix the droid, and basically tells like, "Look, yo, like you shouldn't even be trying to fix this droid because this droid sucks." They say you need a new droid, Joe. So he's like, "All right, I gotta go and find some parts, find a memory bank or whatever for this droid." And he ends up going to see if he can get up with hmm, other Mandalorian girl, man. What is her name, yo? Bo-Katan. So he goes to see Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan is basically in this big castle by herself. And she's like really sad because nobody is there looking out for her anymore. And yeah, so he leaves them, explains to Grogu, said me and Mandalorian is more about armor and fighting. You gotta know how to find your way around the galaxy. So as they're flying, oh my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm skipping around. When he was back on Navarre, there was some pirates that came through, and this is some of Grief Karga's old people. He's like, "Look, yo, trying to have a drink in this building." And he was like, "Fam, like that's a school now, yo." And he was like, "Yo, our old boss was here, gave up money to start this little planet back when we was just a guild of bounty hunters and this whole nine." And he's like, "Yo, how about we go back to my office, have a drink there, we can chat about old times." The fam was like, "Nah, I'm trying to drink in there." So standoff occurs, and Grief is like, "Look, man, like I know I ain't really about that life, but I'm still about that life." And standoff, draw their weapons. Grief shoots the first dude. Bam. When I was talking all the junk. Mando's on the side too. He's like just seeing it. And other dude tries to pull out. Mando shoots the rest of them. boom, 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 boom. And he's like, they all dead. So Mando was like, now the dude that he shot, he only shot the dude that Grief Karga shot, only shot him in the hand. And Grief tells him, nah, let him go, let him like tell his people that Navarre, is only we're not trying to like be out here, in scum and villainy, so to speak. We're really trying to uplift our community and, and our people. So he does that. So fast forward back to when they're on the ship after leaving Bo-Katan. So they run into the pirates again, and there's pretty decent like dogfight scene from on the show. You can tell that the technology is getting better. It still feels like, I don't know, to me it feels like it should be a bit more grainier. Like it feels too, I don't know, it feels too slick, but it still looks really good though. um and they end up, he shoots almost all of them down. But the dude that they only shot in the hand earlier, he's like, yeah, I'm leading them to you. And they lead him to this huge ship where like the captain of the pirates is at. And this dude looks like some sort of weird mix between Swamp Thing, you know what I'm saying, and it just looks weird. So Mando basically says, yeah, they got lock on us. He said, and the dude was like, yeah, man, if you come in, man, just surrender yourself, you'd be good to go. Then he was like, nah, I can't trust no pirates. Boom, shoots off into hyperspace. And that's basically how the episode ends. So yeah, solid entry into this first episode of Mando for season 3. I'm really wish we could have got some more because it was only like 35 minutes. It was short, but it had a lot in it. It kept the tension going the whole time. Was very happy that Mando was back on. Almost forgot about watching. Matter of fact, I did forget to watch the Bad Batch because we'll have a 4 episode recap probably next week. But yeah, great episode. If you something that I missed in this little chat about this, type it below. If you also like the episode, something that you hope they do this season, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. Or real quick, yeah, that was the conversation that Bo-Katan and Mando had, was like, yeah, like basically they're fighting against who did what. Even all of her people left her because she couldn't get the dark saber, and now she's just chilling. All them are mercenaries. Even with the ship that they took that. Now they're just out there doing jobs, trying to make a living in the galaxy far, far away. But yeah, strong entry into season 3 for The Mandalorian. We'll be back Monday, The Last of Us, the penultimate episode for that. And of course, next Wednesday back here with Mando plus Bad Batch quarterly update. Until the next time.